In this video, we'll be comparing the mighty Arri Alexa to the Canon EOS R5. Now, just a disclaimer, I am not a professional, just a YouTuber with an expensive hobby, so please do take what I say here with a grain of salt. Now, I get asked all the time why I keep comparing the cameras to the Arri Alexa. Well, that's because Arri cameras are the standard. They're the best of the best. Now, I don't care for the Academy as much, but majority of the Oscar-nominated films are shot with Arri. At first, I thought it had to be some Hollywood BS on why pros use this camera a lot, but after owning one, I kinda get it. Except the price, of course. The Arri color science is like the 1990s Chicago Bulls. It's the best of the best, the thing that most want, but not necessarily afford. But that being said, let's begin. Can the Canon EOS R5 win against the Arri Alexa? Now, I'm not going to be talking about my usual categories like stabilization, slow motion, autofocus, but I'm going to focus more on the image differences between the two cameras, starting with color. For this comparison, I went ahead and converted both from RAW to standard Rec 709 in DaVinci Resolve, and also used the Arri Rec 709 and Canon Rec 709 so you can see the difference between the company's color profiles. Like I've said previously, the Arri Rec 709 is probably the most cinematic profile out of the box I have ever used. Like always, I didn't do too much to these clips since color grading is very subjective, so all I did was use the color chart in post and did some minor brightness tweaks and so on and so forth. Now, one thing you will notice right off the bat is sharpness. Again, the Canon R5 is tack sharp. Converting both of these cameras to standard Rec 709 in DaVinci Resolve, it's pretty difficult to spot the differences aside for the sharpness like I said previously. Now, I know I sound like a broken record, but the skin tones you get out of the box with the Arri Alexa with the color profile looks so organic and so pleasing to the eye. Now, moving on to overexposure tests, this is probably where these two cameras separate a little bit. Now, I know shooting different ISOs yield different results, but when I compare cameras, I shoot at their rated native ISO, so that's 400 on the C-Log2 and 800 on the Arri Alexa. For overexposure tests, I didn't use any LUTs, but instead just dropped down the ISO and did lift gamma gain. Now, as you can see on her hair, the Arri Alexa retained a little bit more highlights than the Canon EOS R5. However, the R5 didn't do too bad either. I honestly didn't expect the R5 to be this good, considering it only came out slightly after the 1DX Mark III. I don't remember the 1DX Mark III being this good at highlight recovery. Next up is underexposures. The result I got here are pretty much the same results I got from the Ursa Mini Pro 12K versus R5 I did recently. 4 stops under on the R5, you will start to see some lines. On the Arri Alexa, it's mostly noise and color shift. At 6 stops under, both of these cameras are unusable in my opinion. -3 and -4 are probably the safe spots. It's pretty insane how a 10-year-old Arri Alexa Classic can still keep up with a newer camera. Obviously, I wish I had the newer Alexa cameras to compare with, but I don't have $80,000. Now, after comparing the R5 to Ursa Mini Pro 12K and Arri Alexa though, I'm glad Canon is not afraid anymore. To think they would release a 1DX Mark III, then announce an R5 a couple of months, and after that release a C70, one thing is for certain, Canon is not afraid to cannibalize their own lineup anymore, which is really good for us. Like always, if you have any questions, let me know, and go ahead and download the footage in the comments below, and I will see you guys later.